Hey there, breakfast lovers. Did you know that your trusty bowl of morning oatmeal could be hiding a health hazard, depending on what you stir into it? It is a tough pill to swallow, especially if you are aiming for wholesome choices as you age. Oatmeal is a superstar on its own, packed with fiber, easy on your tummy, and a champ at keeping cholesterol and blood sugar in check. But here is the kicker. Toss in the wrong ingredients, often ones you think are healthy, and that cozy bowl can turn into a sneaky saboteur, spiking your blood sugar, stressing your metabolism, or even putting your vital organs at risk. Stick with me as we uncover 7 common mix-ins that could be derailing your health, and how to keep your oatmeal the nourishing meal it is meant to be. Number 1. Artificial sweeteners. Those little packets promising guilt-free sweetness that can secretly sabotage your health. You might reach for these thinking they are a smart swap for sugar, especially if you are over 60 and keeping an eye on your blood sugar. But hold up. These zero-calorie imposters are not the heroes they seem. Found in those pink or yellow packets, sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose trick your body in ways that can mess with your metabolism, gut, and even your liver. Here's the deal. Your body expects sweet tastes to deliver energy. So when it gets sweetness with no calories, it throws a tantrum. This confusion can mess with your insulin signals, ramp up cravings for junk food later, and even slow your metabolism, making it tougher to shed pounds or keep blood sugar steady. For older adults, where hormones are already shifting, this disruption hits harder, piling on belly fat despite your best efforts. Plus, your liver has to process these lab-made chemicals. And after years of handling meds and other toxins, it does not need the extra workload. Over time, daily doses can leave your liver sluggish, leading to tiredness, poor digestion, or even worse, elevated liver markers with no warning. Meet Tom, a 70-year-old who stirred artificial sweeteners into his oatmeal for years, thinking it was a safe choice for his diabetes. When his doctor flagged a dip in his liver function, cutting out those packets made a big difference. His energy bounced back, and his labs improved. Instead of fake sweeteners, sprinkle in some ground nutmeg or a splash of vanilla extract for flavor. A few fresh raspberries can also do the trick, giving you real nutrients and a gentle sweetness your body understands. Your system has been loyal for decades, so skip the artificial stuff and feed it clean, honest fuel that keeps you feeling your best. Number 2. Brown sugar. A sneaky culprit that can throw your health off track. You might think that sprinkle of brown sugar is just a harmless way to sweeten your oatmeal. But for folks over 60, it is like inviting chaos to breakfast. That innocent-looking sweetener hits your system hard, sending blood sugar soaring and then crashing, leaving you tired, fuzzy-headed, and craving more snacks by mid-morning. As we age, our bodies are less forgiving. Your pancreas pumps out less insulin, and your cells resist it more. So piling on fast-burning sugars like brown sugar is like revving an engine that is already running hot. Over time, those spikes can nudge you closer to type 2 diabetes, pack on belly fat, and stir up inflammation that harms your heart and blood vessels. Take Sarah, a 65-year-old who loved her daily oatmeal with a dash of brown sugar. She could not understand why she felt drained by 10 After swapping the sugar for a pinch of cinnamon and some fresh apple slices, her energy stabilized, and those morning slumps vanished. Brown sugar does not stop there. It sparks a dopamine rush in your brain, making you crave sweets all day. It is not about lacking willpower. It is pure biology at work. Want a sweet touch without the fallout? Try a drizzle of pure maple syrup or a few berries. These give you flavor without the blood sugar roller coaster, setting you up for a day of steady energy, sharper focus, and a happier metabolism. Ditch that brown sugar, and your body will thank you with every vibrant morning. Number 3 spot. Dried fruits. Those tiny morsels that seem like a wholesome addition, but can pack a hidden punch to your health. You might toss a handful of raisins or dried cranberries into your oatmeal, thinking you are boosting nutrition with nature's candy. But here's the catch, especially for those over 60. Dried fruits are a sugar bomb in disguise. When fruit gets dried, its water vanishes, leaving behind a concentrated dose of sugar that hits your system like a freight train. A small scoop of dried apricots can have as much sugar as a candy bar, spiking your blood sugar and putting extra strain on your liver. Unlike regular sugar, the fructose in dried fruit goes straight to your liver for processing. And too much can lead to fatty liver disease, a growing issue for seniors, even if you never touch alcohol. Many dried fruits, like those sweetened cranberries, come coated in extra syrup, jacking up the sugar content even more. A couple of tablespoons can deliver over 20 grams of sugar, and your liver feels every bit of it. Picture Linda, a 68-year-old who loved sprinkling dried dates on her oatmeal for a fiber kick. She could not figure out why she felt bloated, and her blood pressure was climbing. Switching to fresh strawberries eased her puffiness, and her doctor saw the improvement too. Dried fruits trick you into thinking they are healthy, but their intense sugar load can overwhelm an aging body. For that fruity flavor without the fallout, go for fresh options like sliced peaches or a handful of blueberries. They bring sweetness, water, and fiber that slow sugar absorption, giving your liver a break. Your body has been a champ for years, so choose ingredients that lighten its load, not add to it. Keep your oatmeal kind to your system, and you will feel the difference all day long. Number 4, flavored oat packets. Those convenient little pouches that promise a quick, tasty breakfast, but can quietly chip away at your health. If you are over 60 and reaching for these to simplify your mornings, you might think you are making a smart choice. After all, they are marketed as wholesome and hassle-free. But here is the truth. These packets are often loaded with hidden sodium, artificial flavors, and additives that can stress your body in ways you do not expect. A single packet can pack 200 to 300 milligrams of sodium, which might not sound like much, but stack that with the sodium from your lunch or snacks, and it sneaks up fast. For seniors managing blood pressure or kidney concerns, this extra salt can tip the scales, pushing your heart and kidneys past their comfort zone. Then there is the flavor itself. That tempting maple or berry taste usually comes from lab-made chemicals, not real fruit or spices. These synthetic additives, like colorants and stabilizers, force your liver and kidneys to work overtime to filter them out. And as you age, those organs are already juggling enough. I met Clara, a 72-year-old who relied on flavored oat packets for years, thinking they were a healthy fix. She started noticing swollen ankles and a foggy feeling after breakfast. When she switched to plain oats with fresh pear slices and a dash of cinnamon, her swelling eased and her morning clarity returned. Those packets hide behind healthy labels like whole grain or low fat, but they do not tell you about the preservatives or unpronounceable ingredients taxing your system. For a breakfast that truly supports you, grab plain rolled or steel-cut oats and add your own toppings, like nuts or a sprinkle of ginger. It takes just a minute more, and your body will reward you with steady energy and a happier heart. You deserve a morning meal that lifts you up, not one that drags you down with every bite. Number 5, non-dairy creamers. Those seemingly innocent additions that can turn your oatmeal into a health hazard without you even noticing. If you are over 60 and stirring these into your breakfast to make it creamier, especially if you are dodging lactose or dairy, you might think you are doing your body a favor. But here is the harsh reality. Most non-dairy creamers, whether powdered or liquid, are packed with questionable ingredients that can quietly harm your heart, liver, and metabolism. Many contain hydrogenated oils, a source of trans fats that jack up your bad cholesterol and drag down the good kind. A risky combo for seniors already keeping an eye on their ticker. Even those labeled trans fat-free can sneak in small amounts that add up over time, especially if you are using them daily. Then there are the artificial flavors, thickeners, and emulsifiers. Compounds that do nothing to nourish you, but force your liver and kidneys to clock extra hours filtering them. As you age, those organs are already working harder. And this added burden can fuel inflammation, which drives heart issues, joint aches, and even brain fog. I knew a guy named Henry, 76, who loved the silky texture a scoop of powdered creamer gave his oatmeal. He figured it was a harmless swap for milk. But he started battling stomach cramps and creeping cholesterol levels. When his doctor suggested ditching the creamer, Henry switched to a splash of unsweetened oat milk. And within weeks, his digestion settled, and his blood work looked brighter. Non-dairy creamers get sold as convenient and heart-friendly, but their slow damage builds up out of sight until symptoms scream for attention. For that creamy vibe without the fallout, try a dollop of plain Greek yogurt or a bit of coconut milk. These deliver real nutrients and a smooth texture without the synthetic junk. Your body has been your ally for decades, so give it a breakfast that supports its hard work, not one that piles on more stress. Number 6. Store-bought granola. That crunchy topping that seems like a wholesome win, but can secretly derail your health. If you are over 60 and sprinkling granola on your oatmeal for a bit of texture, you might think you are boosting your breakfast with something natural and hearty. But here is the truth. Most granola you grab off the shelf is a wolf in sheep's clothing, loaded with sugars, oils, and additives that can turn your morning meal into a metabolic minefield. To get that irresistible crunch, manufacturers often drown oats in syrups or bake them in oils like canola or palm, which can be refined or even partially hydrogenated. These fats spark inflammation, which, over time, stiffens joints, saps energy, and ups your risk of heart trouble. Even granola labeled as low sugar often hides sweeteners like honey or rice syrup, which sound healthy but hit your blood sugar just as hard, leaving you craving more and stressing your insulin. This is a big deal for seniors, especially if you are already juggling pre-diabetes or afternoon energy dips. Plus, portion sizes are a trap. A serving might be a measly quarter cup, but most folks pour way more, piling on hundreds of calories and carbs without blinking. I met Diane, a 70-year-old who thought her daily granola-topped oatmeal was a smart choice. She could not figure out why her blood sugar was erratic and her jeans felt tighter. When she swapped granola for a handful of raw almonds, her readings steadied, and she felt lighter by lunch. If you crave that crunch, go for plain pumpkin seeds, unsweetened coconut flakes, or chopped pecans. These bring fiber, healthy fats, and real nutrients without the sugary baggage. Your oatmeal should be a steady, grounding start to your day, not a sneaky sugar spike that leaves your body scrambling. Choose toppings that honor your health, and you will feel the clarity and strength in every spoonful. Number 7. Protein powders. Those trendy scoops that promise to supercharge your breakfast, but can quietly burden your body. If you are over 60 and blending protein powder into your oatmeal to boost muscle or stay full, you might think you are giving your health a leg up. But here is the reality. Many protein powders are far from the clean fuel they claim to be, especially for an aging system. Most commercial powders are packed with artificial sweeteners, thickeners, and synthetic flavors that your kidneys and liver have to wrestle with. After decades of filtering meds, toxins, and everyday wear, those organs do not need the extra strain of processing lab-made additives day after day. Plus, as you age, your kidneys are less efficient at handling excess protein. Any protein your body cannot use for muscle repair or energy gets broken down, taxing your kidneys further. Over time, this can lead to subtle signs like fatigue or fluid buildup, which often fly under the radar until things get serious. I knew a guy named Paul, 79, who added protein powder to his oatmeal every morning after reading it would keep him strong. He was also on heart meds, and his kidney tests started showing strain. When his doctor pinpointed the powder as a culprit, Paul switched to a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt, and his labs improved, along with his energy. Protein is great, but not when it comes with a side of chemical overload. If you want a protein boost, reach for real foods like a hard-boiled egg, a sprinkle of hemp seeds, or a few crushed walnuts. These deliver protein in a form your body recognizes, balanced with nutrients and free of hidden junk. Your body is still resilient, but it thrives on simplicity and quality, not processed powders that overpromise and underdeliver. Make your oatmeal a true ally, and you will feel its support in every steady, vibrant morning. That wraps our look at 7 oatmeal mix-ins to avoid: brown sugar, artificial sweeteners, dried fruits, flavored packets, non-dairy creamers, granola, and protein powders can harm your health, especially past 60. Understanding their impact empowers you to make smarter choices. Swap them for fresh fruit, nuts, or spices to keep your breakfast nourishing. Small tweaks can boost energy, steady blood sugar, and protect your heart. Which mix-in will you ditch? Drop a comment, like, and subscribe for more health tips. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.